See the lonely boy out on the weekend trying to make it pay. Nah, I'm not sure I'm trying to make it pay, but damn it, and I'm not a lonely boy, I'm an old lady. But I'll tell you what, I've seen some bullshit. Yeah, there goes my opportunity to, you know, boost my channel and make it all go. But damn, here's some crap just got over with. And I ain't happy about it. I've already got this thing kind of pulled up. Uh, but I want you to see a literal Nazi coming into a trans woman's channel, trying to make a case against evolution. Now, I I love Amy. I love James. I love I love the whole I love the whole show they put on. It's great. But I gotta say, we are living in we are living in perilous times where people who hold on just a sec. Let me embiggen this thing a little bit so you can see what this fella is wearing. Let me see if I get this right. Okay. See this guy here? See this business going on here? See the SS uniform? Pray? See this? You see this stuff? This cat right here. This cat right here. This cat. Let me see. I gotta get over and make it work. See this cat right here? See this whole Nazi uniform this dude has going on right now? See all this business going on here? With the gun and the prey and the stuff. It's a literal Nazi. Thorn in your side it is, right? You know, I heard tell that this person was well known to folks in the community as Bubbles. Well, he's really quite, you know, forever blowing bubbles. But here's this guy, and listen to what this guy has to say here. We're gonna just and okay, little prelude. He is the question of is evolution. Evolution is a fact. This is the topic, right? So this is how this goddamn discussion goes on. Let's just roll this.
I mean, he goes against the science like you guys go against the science. You guys can't even provide a single constructive mutations. Like provide constructive mutations, some observable constructive mutations.
Does it fucking matter? Constructive mutations? What's a constructive mutation? Buddy, you're just basically saying mutations happen. All right? Like we're sitting here with going along nicely and there's a mutation that happens. Uh-huh, right? Okay. Yeah, there's a mutation. Mutations happen. You said mutations and adaptations based on the mutations is at the very core of evolutionary theory, right? Jay Bundy, are you here? Or you're not? You're asleep. I know. I've been awake all fucking night. Listen to this asshole. But within the structure of evolutionary theory, there is this thing. It's called mutation. It happens, right? It's a thing. Now, this Nazi, I say Nazi advisedly on account of the fact that he's wearing a Nazi uniform in his anonymous avatar. Is saying mutations happen. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. This fellow here just basically says evolution isn't real because you can't demonstrate, you all, Amy and James, can't demonstrate a what was it again? Wait a sec. I gotta roll it back because I don't want to fuck this up on you all. Let's see. Back.
It's like you guys go against the science. You guys can't even provide a single constructive mutations. Like provide constructive mutations.
Let's provide some constructive mutations. Well, yeah, but constructive, destructive. What do you mean, man? What are you talking about? If mutations happen, then evolution is at least possible, right? Don't you think somebody would pounce on this right off the bat? Here's this guy coming in to this whole tip and saying evolution can't be possible because you can't demonstrate constructive mutations. Dude, constructive or destructive, if mutations occur, then evolution is possible. This is early on in the introduction here. On a, again, Amy, I love you, but on a basically focused on debate channel. But I just have to ask, what is the productivity of having a guy dressed in a Nazi uniform coming into your channel? On a tip that is basically, obviously he's coming in to debate you, brah, etc., because he's a debate you, brah, kind of Nazi. And you don't push back. I ain't gonna play this whole goddamn thing. It goes on and on and on and on. Wherein the Nazi, what thorn in your side, aka Bubbles, they called him Bubbles, and in later discourse, it's like, oh yeah, well we all know Bubbles. It's like, great, you all know Bubbles, super, that's grand. But you let this guy babble on for ages and ages and ages. And right at the outset, here's this guy basically saying evolution ain't real because uh, uh, there aren't constructive mutations. Tell me, honey baby, what is a constructive or destructive mutation? How are you going to fucking evaluate constructiveness as opposed to destructiveness? You know, I sat in the back room listening to this fuckface for quite some time before I got my hands on him. Meanwhile, Amy and James are sitting there just basically letting him move the conversation from an epistemological base of around the question that they're asking to an ontological basis of how do you know that? And this guy isn't even a fucking theist by his own admission. Folks, why are we platforming these people? Why are we even bothering? If you're not going to be there to just look at the SS uniform and say, okay, SS uniform on there, I'm just like, okay, you can come in here with your goddamn SS uniform. You can do that. That's cool. But you know what? As soon as you start talking your fucking uh, bull, you're going to see how the room works. The room works like this. You say something bullshit like that, I'm going to jump in your shit and I'm going to take it apart. If we don't start punching Nazis, we we've lost because they're they're going to sit there and be calm as a cucumber, cool as ice, cold as ice. And you're looking at Stephanie right now being a little emotional because it drives me crazy. That's why I say, look, look at the trees. That's why I stay away from debate channels too, because it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's you're granting people license to cleverly elide whatever real shit is going on in the background. And actually, that's the point that I'm trying to make here. I don't fucking care about debate bros. I don't fucking care about this garbage. I don't fucking care about the straw men that are erected to be clever and cute and wear your SS uniform and parade it around. I don't care about that shit. You know what I care about? I care about the fact that you, this guy, winds up his time, his nearly an hour and a half on Amy's channel by shitting on trans people. And that's the only reason he was there. The fucking subtext of all of this stuff is basically bigotry. They come in, talk about evolution, talk about this, talk about that, talk about the other thing, and then at the end of the day, why are you here? Because you hate people. And I really have a fucking problem with us saying, sending all the love to you, want to hear your side of the story. I don't mind having an honest conversation with people wherein we talk back and forth, wherein I get to hear people's concerns, legitimate concerns, or sometimes maybe not so much. But I welcome the opportunity to at least engage and say, have you thought about this aspect of things? It's easier with people who are allies. It's pretty clear with people who hate at the get that we're not going to be able to have a productive conversation. But some of those people are at least willing to engage. This cat ain't. He ain't. And he's not. And I'm just going to roll a little bit more of this crap. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable garbage. Ay, geweld.
Observable constructive mutations.
It's been done numerous times.
This fucking guy
We have
with
never
a fucking gun
observed
pointing at you. It says pray. I mean,
It's happened
what
more
the fuck?
times than-
Why is this
No, you're just
asshole
face-upping
even
it happening,
there?
but there's no actual
I'm fucking
observable.
sorry.
You have, first of all, you could look at the vast majority of our systems as positive mutations. You are just denying them. So the fact that we breathe air, oxygen, is a positive mutation.
Bacteria resistance to antibiotics, the ability to digest things that didn't exist before,
Yeah,
like
Stop
Dialog.
pre-supping
mutations.
evolution and actual give.
Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did? Did you see what the wokey doke was there? Did you see? Did you hear? You're pre-supping. I mean, it's just simply using words to flip the debate, to flip the whole thing. And look at what happens. Jesus crow. I just this answer exactly right. I mean, I love these people to death, but come on. Let's get real. There's a whole fuck ton more that we need to be concerned about. And a whole fuck ton more that we need to be doing in opposition to presentations, right? Presentations along the lines of, I guess I was on a bit of a I've been on a tip about semiotics. Signs mean something. This person is there with a gun pointed in your face and a Nazi uniform on for a reason. I'm a little channel, right? It's growing. I appreciate all you people so much. I don't have a lot of production values. I don't have an awful lot of crap, but you all are bringing it in, bringing it into the chat, liking, subscribing. Oh, like and subscribe, people, if you're looking to this stuff, because you got an old trans woman sitting here just breaking it down for you in, you know, in basic terms. I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a biologist. I'm nothing. I'm a fucking sailmaker. But Jesus Christ, I'm smart enough to know bullshit when I see it. And when I see it, God damn it, I want to call it out, because these things are too fucking important to just let it slide and love you all. No, honey, this guy's a Nazi. He wants to kill you. He literally said, "Well, wait to the end." He goes all training on people at the end. I mean, fuck, what are you going to do with these people? Sure, if they make an argument, why the fuck didn't you go right in and say, okay, there are mutations. You said there are mutations. Which ones are disadvantageous? This bullshit went on for half an hour. Let the guy just run. And I ain't playing a half an hour of that crap. God damn it. This is why I'm so goddamn frustrated with the left, with the community, with the influencers. I mean, fuck all. Do something or get the fuck out of the way. Sorry, mate. You can't throw your goddamn clout around. You can't throw your whatever it is around, whatever your goodwill is. What the hell is going on when you have a fucking Nazi on there and you don't challenge him? I'm fucking sorry. I'll never be monetized because of my goddamn language. I'm a fucking sailor. What am I going to do? And you all, I'm sure somebody's going to clip this stuff out and say, well, this woman's psychotic. Maybe I am. But I don't see how we make any kind of inroads when we afford love and care to fucking Nazis. I honestly don't. Right. I'm ranting. I'm ranting. Let's see where we go here.
Give some actual evidence of that, actual observable evidence of that happening.
Oh, so when we do that, you don't like it.
You don't have any.
So we know that there was basically an extinction event because of photosynthetic bacteria, and plants were able to dominate. And as oxygen rose, it killed out the vast majority of organisms on land anyway, who could not breathe air. We know this for a fact. Now, I know you're not going to believe it, but I just want to put
this is storytelling. I don't need a story. I need some actual observable evidence, Amy.
I would say the
you just
story
provided
is
it.
You don't accept science, but let's put that fact.
You don't accept science. Science is done through
evidence. This is Wookie Coke right there. You don't accept science.
What evidence?
I know you are, but what am I?
Okay, but we agree we're switching topic now, all right?
I agree that the reason we're talking about evolution is because creation.
Amy, don't agree. Don't agree with Nazis.
Creationists want evolution to be wrong. And we could talk about why evolution is true. James and I are going to spend the vast majority talking about evolution and its aspects in biology, and you're going to offer nothing. That is my prediction.
Amy,
Here's the thing,
we're all
And she's not wrong. That's exactly what happens. Anyway, let's go along. Oh my, where do we start? We started like a 112 or something. Yeah, 112. 110. Oh, look at it. You know, so from 112 to $145, they let the Nazi talk. Let's see. 12 minus 45 is half an hour plus they let the Nazi talk. What did the Nazi talk about? The Nazi talked about everything but the fucking question. Everything but the goddamn question. Pray. Guy with a gun. Got the little SS patch going on here and Pepe the Frog in the background. You fucking kidding me? Half a fucking hour you're gonna let this guy get away with just sitting there spouting bullshit? I'm fucking sorry, man. It's garbage. It's garbage. Meanwhile, yours truly is sitting in the back room listening to the garbage going, my God. And you know, and I'm in the side chat. Titan Uranus is in the side chat. We're all going, it's like, this is garbage. Stop it. This is why the left is failing. We've got to punch Nazis. You don't fucking platform them. You don't let them bloviate. You don't. You just don't. I'm fucking done. I mean, for fuck's sake. All right, let's go. Let's see what Auntie Steph has to say, okay?
But if it was the other way, you're right. It would have happened.
Assume makes an ass out of you and me.
That's true. But
As my gym teacher used to tell me and have me write on the goddamn board all the fucking time because I was lousy in gym class. You know. But now I kind of disagree. I agree and disagree. The topic was, since we have strayed far away from the question into questions of ontology, which is, it's like, just because there's a God, if there is a creator, doesn't mean the creator doesn't use a tool. And the tool in question would be evolution. Just because doesn't mean, you know, is evolution a fact? It doesn't address the question. Okay. Now, I'm really not sure where Thorne stands here, because I don't know if he's a theist, atheist, whatever. I really don't know, but I think I think we've gone far away from the topic. And my point of disagreement with you is that it's not a fact. It is the best explanation for a constellation of facts that we have observed
sure
contemporaneously in nature that we observe in the fossil record that is documented by the geological column, the fossil column, the fact that we don't find a rabbit in the Cretaceous, that's kind of a thing that demonstrates that, as you said quite correctly, complexity, and I hesitate to use the terms complexity because life itself is very complex.
Sure.
And, you know, any form of life is very complex because you're talking about a combination of, you know, how do we get cell walls? There are some theories about cell walls, and my
But if
earbuds
I
are
could
about
just
to die.
point out, oh, no.
Go ahead, Amy. I
Oh,
can still hear
But
you.
I just want to point out that evolution is still, even though it is a theory, it is also still a fact. And so we can say,
You know, I think perhaps you and I are on a quibble,
sure.
on a
Do you
quibble
think
search.
germs existing is a fact?
Yes. Do I think the germ theory of disease is a fact? No.
But you think that,
You see the
well,
distinction.
sure. So you agree with
And
me.
that's
As
the
long
that's the
as,
quibble. It's just
sure, but it's not a quibble. What you're saying is you agree with me, and I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm trying to say the theory of evolution is different from the fact that evolution is happening with biological life. Just like the germ theory of disease is different from the fact.
that well, that, you know, I'm my quibble is around the idea that sorry, I'm just trying to untangle
Sure.
shit right now.
But do you see how that is
my-
a contradiction?
I don't see the contradiction. Really.
You're saying that a theory
I'm
over
not,
here.
I'm not saying I am not disputing that evolution is real. I am not saying that DNA is not real. I am not saying that what I am saying is that the description of speciation by natural selection can best be explained in terms of evolution, in terms that evolution does occur, mutations do occur. To speak of beneficial or detrimental mutations doesn't mean, first of all, it means that you need to put a judgment on what mutation is beneficial and what mutation is detrimental. I don't believe that Thorn over here, Bubbles, whatever the hell. By the way, pleased to meet you, Trey.
You've met him many times, but that's okay.
Anywho, you know, you got. I hadn't met him many times, as far as I know, unless my memory is brutal, failing me badly. I don't recall ever meeting this fellow, but nevertheless, gonna have to tell me what's detrimental and what's beneficial. Do no mutations ever occur at all?
Nobody's saying mutations don't occur.
Great. That's super. That's good. Now, what happens when a mutation occurs? What happens when a mutation occurs?
What's contested is that there has
No,
been,
don't tell me what's contested. Answer my fucking question.
what's contested is it
Don't
has never been
tell
observed.
me what's contested. Answer my fucking question.
Wow, Amy, I
Do
said you
mutations
control your
occur?
breath.
What happens when a mutation occurs?
A mutation is an error. So what is contested is that there has been zero observable.
In what sense is a mutation an error?
Let me finish.
No, I won't let you finish because nobody in this room has held your fucking feet to the fire. What is an error as regards a mutation? You tell me what an error is.
An error is any mutation that
It is a failure of transcription. Is that what you're saying?
It's anything that compromises the genetic code. So what?
And in terms of compromising the genetic code, may I posit that the copying of biblical text, if somebody replaces an aleph with a meme, is that a mutation of biblical text? I'm trying to get a sense of what you mean by an error, because I don't see that. I really don't see how you can possibly say that this is an error as opposed to an accident. That accident results in a change to a biological form. Now, is that change positive or negative? That's a judgment call, but it's not that mutations don't happen. So you need to explain to me what the fuck you mean by an error.
Amy, please control your guess.
Oh, please, Amy, please control me. I still want to be controlled. I am the best bottom you'll ever find.
What is contested is that there has never been observed constructive mutations.
What do you mean by that? What would you consider a destructive mutation? Any mutation?
No, I said constructive.
But what would you consider a destructive mutation? Any mutation at all?
Any mutation that compromises the genome.
Are you disappointed with people with red hair?
Does that compromise the genome? No, right?
Of course it does. It's a change.
No, it doesn't.
It's a mutation. It's a mutation. It's a mutation. It is a mutation, is it not?
It is not a mutation.
Well, then
the only
red hair was always with us. Blue eyes were always with us.
Let me finish.
White skin was always with us, right?
Let me finish one sentence, for God's sake. Let me finish one sentence.
Ah, gee, okay, go ahead. But you won't answer a sentence that actually can include and answer the goddamn question.
Who am I debating here? Is
I don't fucking know.
Leophilius, is that you, Leophilius? Leophilius, I need you to calm down. Look,
go fuck yourself.
The only time we see
my name is Stephanie Helms. I have a fucking channel, buddy. You want to come over and debate me there?
Cool your jets. Cool your jets. The only time we ever seen people get close to red hair is for a mutation called
it was a mutation, right? Which was detrimental, right?
It was detrimental.
According to you.
Yes, it was detrimental. It gives them a.
It was? Yes, it was really. You know, it is really quite detrimental because along with the red hair, you get the fair skin and the freckles and all that stuff. And plus, which you start talking in a brood.
Yes.
So I don't think you have a fundamental understanding of what evolution is.
Let me finish.
I don't think you have a fundamental understanding of what evolution is. You admit that mutations occur. You are determined to say they are all detrimental, and yet the mutation that caused 0.2% of the human population to have red hair is somehow not detrimental. Are you a ginger?
There's a difference between a ginger and somebody who has the disease that gives them that pale skin and ginger hair. Do you understand that?
Do you have pale skin?
No, I don't.
You don't? Are you how pale is your skin?
I'm not.
You're not?
No. Now let's get back to the question.
Well, no, buddy. You're come on. Let's get back. What do you think the question is? The question is, in this colloquy here, the question is evolution real? I say that evolution is real in the sense that it's the best explanation of the diversity that we observe in the natural world at current and through and through the timeline and through the column. If you don't believe that, then tell me what is real. What is a better explanation? And now, Amy, I will shut up and I will fucking leave.
Thank you so very much, Stephanie, for coming on. Lovely having you on, as always. And keep on coming on. And with that, we...
I guess he did. Mikey, I was asking him questions and he wouldn't answer. Never mind let him answer. You know, I'm I am tired. Very, very tired. Of cosplayers showing up in streams in Nazi regalia. I mean, I gotta go to the end of the whole thing here. And you know, show what the real bullshit's all about. Oops, let me go back here just a wee bit.
Difference between, like, so when you look like let's say you look at an African American and then some sort of Japanese, and so you don't see any differences at all.
I see variations in the same way that I see a difference between
So
a
there are
terrier
differences.
and a
So you
terrier
do.
and a hound,
So you do see differences, right?
but not in the way that you were presenting, because we're still all human.
Do you think those differences are genetic or not genetic?
They would be into genetic code, but not to the extent of making any real difference between them.
They are genetic, right?
Yes.
Good. Then you accept race.
No. Not in the way that the word of race is used. They're just cosmetic variations.
Cosmetic. Do you think this is just skin deep?
Basically,
No.
yeah.
Cosmetic variations. Oh, you think it's just skin? Well, I gotta go back there and listen to that.
Accept race.
No. Not in the way that the word of race is used. They're just cosmetic variations.
Cosmetic. Do you think this is just skin deep?
Basic.
Listen to the fuckface laugh. Listen to that fuckface laugh.
No. Yeah.
No, it's genetically deep.
If you literally peeled the skin off of everyone, you would see very, very similar muscular fixtures on every single person. It doesn't matter where they come from.
No,
So it literally is just skin deep when it comes to variants like that.
just skin deep. No, it is genetically deep. There's like changes. There's differences in bone density. Some people are more prone to be more muscular. Some people have red hair. Crazy.
I knew this was going down a stupid, but
Yeah.
Bimsy,
But
you have no evidence for evolution. That's a scientific fact. I'm sorry if you want to tell yourself a story, but it doesn't comport with reality.
we've used evolution to create all the bovidae out there. We've used evolution to actually domesticate animals. We've also used it very recently in the aspect of the silver foxes. If evolution doesn't work, then how are we able to use it?
Are you talking about those foxes with the floppy ears, correct? If I remember the experiment, they had floppy ears and curly tails.
No.
And then, guys, we're going to go for one more minute back and forth. I'll give you both a outro, and then we're going to clean house, and James and I are going to get back to our next caller, Sunflower. But if either one of you, Beamsy, I'll let him have the final say because we've been doing this. But Beamsy, if you would like to have a final say, calling us skeptical, evolution is a fact. What are your final thoughts?
Evolution has been presented as a fact because of the amount of information that has been compiled to prove it. There is more evidence out there for the way that evolution works than there is for atomic theory and the theory of gravity combined. It is the most robust and useful of any scientific field that is out there, and there is no way that you can counteract that with
And it's the
many
very
of the claims you've
foundation of
made.
biology.
It has no weight to it.
Thank you so very much, Beamsy. And all right.
Thanks for trying to inject some sanity into this discussion.
Just as soon as some of the claims he made, I could just see the rabbit hole of stupidity that I don't want to go into them, but I have to ask the question.
And all right,
no, it's a bad idea,
so much love.
Can't help it.
I completely understand that impulse, though. You're like, I'm going to throw
control
this.
Yourself.
But sending so much love.
You do know how to bait us, if anything, Bubble.
It's throw it against the floor, or come join and have a fantastic conversation, which Beamsy did. Same with Steph. We've been talking evolution is a fact, and what are your final thoughts?
Wow, I think
It hasn't been a brilliant conversation, and you let a racist prick go on for 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 59 seconds, Amy.
I think evolution is a very silly idea. The thought that animals can have self-assigned transgenderism through randomness is really silly. But believe what you will.
Thank you.
Smile and wave while the racist disputes your very humanity. Sorry, hun. That's garbage. It's garbage. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Smile and wave like the Queen for 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 19 seconds. With this asshole. Some people may have the patience. Some people may have the tolerance. Some people uh, may have good humor. I don't. I don't. I'm too fucking old. I'm too fucking old. I was born 8 years out from the end of World War II. Eight years out from the end of World War II. Do you all remember World War II? Remember? Maybe you've read about it. Oh, maybe you can't read about it because Ron DeSantis has taken the history books out of your goddamn schools, or will, if we let these bastards get their goddamn mitts on this country. I'm too old and tired to tolerate that crap. I'm sorry. I am. My brother was born in 1938, my sister in 1940. My sister's husband and my sister worked in a settlement house in Augusta, Georgia in the early 60s, trying to help promote civil rights in a time when it was illegal for black people to mix with white people. I'm too fucking old and too fucking tired to watch this country march backwards. To watch people, and you're telling me of Hawaiian extraction. Fine. I don't care what his extraction is. If he wears an SS uniform, he's a fucking Nazi. I do not care. I do not have the patience to care. And none of you should have the patience to care about the feelings of Nazis who spout racist, transphobic nonsense anywhere. Without holding their feet to the fire and bringing it. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't follow me. Just don't. Just don't. This kind of bullshit doesn't work. It's never worked. It never will work. It never will redound to anyone's benefit. I kind of half believe, that the reason that so many of these folk of a particular mindset don't want to uh, uh, cotton to evolution as a notion is that they don't want to cotton to the nature to our fundamental nature as people of one species. As true brothers and sisters, as true members of the human race. Which was the great hope of my entire life. It was the great hope of my life that we would get beyond this. And yet, here we are. It makes me profoundly sad that young people, as this person apparently is, have abandoned ideals that people shed blood for. All that aside, you know, I'm not here to create controversy or or shit on Amy and James. I think they have a wonderful channel. I think they do great stuff, but Jesus, please stop platforming these people without challenge. Just cuz. Just cuz it's not how any progress is ever going to be made. And you know, we can talk about discourse. We can talk about politeness, I guess. We can talk about a number of things. But when a person is absolutely determined to be uh, a person who will misgender people, a person who will go out of his way to basically say that evolution is all about trans stuff. I mean, that's just fucking crazy. It's just cray. And all the chat rooms and all the debate rooms and all of the this, that, and the other thing in the world isn't going to fix hatred. Just isn't. Sorry. you know, I don't think I don't think that y'all appreciate how profoundly sad it is for me. With a few years left to live. And God damn it, I've appreciated all the years of my life, and I hope you all get to. But watching people just blow this kind of stuff off as if it's a game is really goddamn sad because we worked really hard. And at times we thought we'd won. And I'm telling you that there will be times when you think you've won, and then you look around and you'll see that the who were assholes with you in high school are still assholes, and they're running the goddamn government. Don't think this is generational. Don't think that for a second. Look around you. Look around you. Look at Matt Walsh. Look around you. I mean, I can pick out examples from every generation of people who have these attitudes. People who are okay with making compromises with Nazis. I have memories of my time in the 50s of the second Red Scare, right? The McCarthy hearings, the oppression, the suppression of anything outside the norm. Of anything that was not exactly according to Hoyle. And I was fortunate enough to escape some of that because of the fact that, well, you know, uh, my family went to a church in the center of Boston that was mostly black, and I grew up not necessarily being entirely segregated and ignorant of some cross cultural stuff, which doesn't say that I didn't know racism in myself and in my family. It was an unusual experience, but it was an experience. And you all have your own experiences, but damn it. I also knew the oppression of the culture, the patriarchal nature of the culture, the racist nature of the culture. My God, I was alive when segregation was the law. I was alive when desegregation in the city of Boston was a war. I mean, I was in my fucking 20s then, living in Boston. You all will have different experiences. You all will have different experiences. But don't you forget for 1 second that the struggle for people's fulfillment of their own humanity is an ongoing one. And the minute you stop fighting for it is the minute you're all going to lose it. Every single one of you. You want to see 1933 Germany? Don't do anything. Sit back. Say they're all the same. You better fucking look around, because they ain't all the same. When one point of view is so bad that it leads to gulags and concentration camps, and the other is just sort of, well, we don't want to go that far. Choose the latter, not the former, okay? And then you might have a chance to actually live and fight. But if you sit back and take the gulag, you won't. That's all I got. All I got. I'm so done. And I hope I hope I haven't made any enemies. I haven't, maybe I haven't made any friends. But I'm tired of the bullshit. I am tired of the bullshit. Can't just smile and wave, kids. Just can't. Just can't. And yeah, so bye.